Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to our weather update on Saturday, the 15th of November 2025. We are halfway through November and into the final sixth of the autumn season. If we zoom out here, you can see basically in the Northern Hemisphere we have definitely a very short daylight length now across these areas, while further south we are truly entering the summer season here with very long hours of daylight, and the polar night has well and truly set in across Arctic regions. So yes, winter is coming. Now, focusing back on Ireland, the UK, and parts of Europe now, we can see that the centre of Storm Claudia, named by Spain, I think, has now moved into the Bay of Biscay and areas west and north of Iberia. And we have seen this weather front stalling effectively across many parts of southern and eastern Ireland and central Britain over the past 24 hours to bring copious amounts of persistent heavy rainfall, with the key areas of impacts risks being the southeast coast of Ireland and many areas of central Britain, but in particular southeast Wales, where there have been orange or amber warnings in force for this rainfall. It's currently very much fragmented and peters away, but even so, so still some heavy rain pushing in towards the east coast of Ireland, and scattered rainfall bursts in many parts of east and northern Ireland, mid-Ireland and into County Clare and areas of central and northern Britain. But this front is now decaying. If we run now quickly through the past 24-hour rainfall radar, you can see that yesterday morning at about 7:30, the rain was really getting going in many parts of the southeast, and this rain was relentless through the day in many parts of the south, in the south and east even, and especially so on the coasts and over higher ground. You can see it just kept on coming in these regions. This front stalls as it was met with high pressure to the north and cold air as well, and furthermore there was quite a big temperature contrast on this front, with some very cold air in Scotland compared to what we have seen so far this month, and some very mild air in southern Britain, with temperatures as high as 16 degrees on the south coast, fueling this heavy rain band. And you can see the Wicklow Mountains being highlighted there by some orange colours, showing some very heavy relief rainfall on those. Also, very strong and gusty east to northeasterly winds there. And overnight, that rain has slowly eased and pushed a bit northwards, but still plenty of rain, especially in those eastern areas where it has been so wet for the past 24 hours. So moving through our UKV high-risk chart, you can see this rain is now petering away, but will still keep things quite drizzly and damp in many parts of central Ireland, eastern Ireland, and central and northern Britain. South of that, mainly cloudy, a few showers and some bright spells. But towards Scotland, well, it's quite a crisp day, crisp, bright, and chilly, so quite pleasant for Scotland. But further south, remaining murky and drizzly. Tomorrow, Sunday, we'll see northerly winds starting to dig in, so that'll push the remains of this dying front away to the south. And many areas by afternoon, we'll be seeing decent spells of sunshine and patchy cloud, a few showers possibly pushing onto northern and eastern coasts. Into Monday, well, this northerly wind brings in some further colder air into many areas. So many areas actually very dry, bright and crisp on Monday morning. A few showers peppering the east coast of Britain, but otherwise Monday morning looks like fine. And into the afternoon, lengthily spells of sunshine. So Monday, quite cold, yes, but much brighter than it has been through the month so far. Some areas might see unbroken sunshine, believe it or not. Into Tuesday, well, we start to see a trough of low pressure moving in there from the north, along a jet stream that will be aligned from the northwest to southeast, and well, rain in many areas coming southwards, snow for Scotland over higher ground, mainly, but not exclusively either. Some snowfall will come down to lower levels. And into Wednesday, we see an even colder northerly wind with snow showers even down the east coast of England, Northern Ireland and Scotland. Into Thursday, we keep this northerly flow going, but most models are in agreement that we will change the winds into the west through next weekend. So here is the temperature forecast. So currently, as you can see, we do have a big contrast in temperatures. So this was a glitch into yesterday, but this morning, we see temperatures in Scotland of only the mid to low single figures. Whereas on the south coast of England, you're at 14 or 15. So in between, that is what did cause that heavy rain. And if we look at this glitch back to yesterday at 1 p.m, you can see many areas of Ireland, Wales, central and northern England only between about 4 and 8 degrees. Meanwhile, on the south coast of England, you're looking at 15, 16 degrees. So yeah, this whole region marked by that temperature contrast saw some very heavy and prolonged rain yesterday. Right, moving through tonight, you can see the cold air starting to edge southwards. So quite a cold night tonight for Scotland and Northern England, but otherwise it's still quite mild. Sunday, again, you can just see these cooler temperatures just gradually spreading southwards day by day, night by night. So by Sunday at 2 p.m, highest temperatures widely of only reaching these single figures. Those very mild temperatures have been pushed away. Into Sunday night then, quite a widespread cold night to be honest, the first one of the season really. Lowest temperatures in Scotland, Northern England below freezing, and also in parts of Southern Ireland. Otherwise, about 2 to 4 Celsius, so a frost in places. Into Monday itself, well, actually, the lowest temperatures come through about 8 a.m. due to the fact that the sunrise is quite late now. I should have skipped a few more frames. So actually, yeah, frost for many areas of Ireland, Scotland, Northern England and Wales, actually, and possibly also Western England. The only areas holding above freezing, really, are southern, central and eastern Britain, as well as the coastal fringes of Ireland. Into Monday itself, highest temperatures colder in Scotland, Northern England, only of like 0 to 3 degrees. Ireland and England and Wales 5 to 7. Monday night, Tuesday morning, again another frost does form, possibly easing in Ireland as we see a more northwesterly flow take over, but many areas of Britain seeing widespread frost. Tuesday afternoon, a bit less cold for Ireland, given a more westerly airflow temporarily, as an area of low pressure does move in. But for Britain, it's very cold, especially in Scotland. Overnight into Wednesday, a bit of a milder start in many areas, but still quite chilly, about 3 or 4 degrees. Scotland, though, very cold, with snow falling and lying in many areas there. And then as the morning wears on, these temperatures, they do spread southwards. So by afternoon, we're very cold. Scotland and Northern England forecasted to have an ice day, with temperatures staying below freezing all day. Ireland, England and Wales, about, say, 1 to 4 degrees, pushing it to 5 possibly in southern Britain. So yeah, a cold day on Wednesday. Wednesday night will be even colder, obviously. So most areas, if not all areas, away from the away from the exposed coasts, we'll see temperatures below freezing, offer at 0 to minus 3 Celsius widely, even lower than that over snow cover, and in glens of Scotland, there, and northern England, although I shouldn't think there'd be too much snow in northern England. Yeah, so definitely the first cold spell of the season incoming. GFS midnight run, so you can see what's happening here. We have Storm Claudia to the south, not Claudia because it's named by Spain, so Claudia. And easterly winds do persist through the weekend, and they will be veering more northerly, backing northerly even into the start of the week. Now, this initial northerly isn't as cold because, temperatures, quite cold enough, but not bitterly so. It's not as strong as northerly we'll see later on in the week, or as potent. So, what happens into Tuesday is we see this low pressure forming near Iceland, and it comes southwards, bringing possible snow to Scotland, but rain to Ireland, Wales, and England. And as we go into the end of Wednesday and Thursday, we see a more potent northerly or northeasterly airflow, and that brings the -5 ice storm across the Ireland and the UK, seeing, sharp frosts, wintry showers by the coasts, classic northerly winds. Now, going further into the end of the month here, we see more westerly winds taking over, and a bit maybe colder again by the last week of the month, temporarily, frost and fog, but going very mild by the start of December. Monday the 1st of December at midnight, very mild southwesterly winds, exceptionally mild there to start December. Long way off, though. So, ECM... once again, Storm Claudia is weakening to the south, and its fronts will push southwards as decayed features through tomorrow, as a northerly wind takes over. Monday, northerly winds are through the country, although not that potent. And into Tuesday and Wednesday, this low will come southwards, bringing a renewed, colder northerly flow. Upper temperatures are cold across both Ireland and the UK, sharp frosts and wintry showers, although inland by day, very good sunny spells. As is the case with northerly winds, it is quite dry air. Now, by next Friday, we're seeing low pressure pushing in from the west. Might bring some transient sleet and snow over parts of Scotland and Northern England and Northern Ireland. But apart from that, just rain, I would say. And by next Saturday, we're into a much milder westerly airflow. Having said that, maybe a bit chilly still in the north. And we go very mild then by next Sunday with this deep area of low to the north, bringing in a lot of rain and winds that we don't need. And by next Tuesday, we are looking very unsettled. UK Met Run showing again easterly winds backing northerly through into Sunday and Monday. Initially chilly, but not too cold, apart from in Scotland. And then into Tuesday, Wednesday, this next low does come through from the north, bringing in temporarily less cold weather for parts of the south and spells of rain. In Scotland, on the colder edge of the low, some snow will fall. And as that low clears through, we'll see cold winds for all parts for a day or two before we do back westerly by next Friday into a milder westerly Atlantic regime. Although the air then is still being sourced from Greenland, so a bit chilly still, but technically that is a milder pattern, seeing a westerly flow come through off the very mild Atlantic Ocean, so it won't be cold. Here is the GEM. The GEM, once again, same sort of story. Claudia will diminish to our south and die a death near Iberia. And then into the start of next week, where yes, northerly winds take over. Then this next low comes through by Tuesday, Wednesday, renews that northerly flow after some spells of rain and snow in Scotland. Beyond that, we do go milder through Friday, especially, I think, as this warm front does make inroads, possibly a transient spell of snow in parts of Scotland on the leading edge. Yeah, just a bit transient, maybe. I don't know. Unlikely to be anything. And then into next weekend, we're looking very unsettled and mild. So yeah, a temporary cold spell before we do see a return of the westerlies. So once again, northerly winds into Monday with the icon, then the low through Tuesday and Wednesday. Behind that, we renew the cold weather by Thursday, but by Friday that is edging to our south. But the icon's different though. It takes longer in the sense that by Friday at 6 p.m. we are still actually quite cold. Upper temperatures, yeah, quite chilly, and we are seeing a high pressure building over us. And if anything, that will trap the cold air at the surface. So expect some very sharp frosts if this does come off. Although I do expect that if we could run this on a bit further, say by Sunday, we would be seeing westerly winds moving into the country then. And finally, the arpege. You can see what's happening here. High pressure is blocking towards Iceland and Greenland, and that has also been a big factor in keeping us so wet over the past 24 hours. You know, that high has kept Claudia to our south, and the front has not made any progress northwards pretty much. So combined with Claudia, that high is also a culprit for why we have been so wet, and we have seen a bit of flooding. Into next week, again, northerly winds will come through, so thankfully, while yes, colder, it will dry things out for a bit as well, because we do not need more rain. Some rain with this low actually looks like potent on the arpege. Yeah, it does look quite potent there. None of the other models are going so strong with that low though. So we'll see about that. But by Wednesday at midnight, it's bringing northerly winds down into Ireland and spells of rain, sleet and snow to many areas. If we zoom in here, precipitation, you see what's going on. That would be snow in Scotland pretty much with the colder air in place. Yes, it is quite likely in parts of Scotland there. It's generally chilly rain, I'd say, with that in other areas. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I will see you probably next week when we'll be seeing how the cold spell has come across and seeing how it will be breaking down. Everyone, thanks for watching. I will see you, and bye for now.